it is going to be the law of sines today. So the law of sines, you must have a pair of opposites. So if you have an angle and its opposite side, you have a pair of opposites, you can use the law of sines. It's super easy. Okay, check it out. So example 1. Okay, I have a pair of opposites there and there. Okay, you guys see it? If I have an angle and I know its opposite side, I can use the law of sines. Okay, so it sets up like this. We're going to take opposite side over the sine of its angle equals opposite side over the sine of its angle. So it sets up like this. We're going to go 13 over the sine of 72. Okay, 13 is the opposite side. Nate, are you paying attention? You need to. You need to pay attention. I don't want to have to reteach this. It's really annoying for Mr. Davies when you come in and say, I don't get it, Mr. Davies. I go, well, you weren't paying attention, right? 13 over the sine of 72 equals, well, I've got this angle, right? How about this side, little p, right? It's all about opposites, right? So equals p over the sine of 43. So it's side over the sine of its opposite angle equals side over the sine of 72. Isn't that easy? Okay, now how do you solve it? We're just going to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to bring this sine of 43 up here. Just bring it up. Multiply it up. Right? We're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to rewrite this as 13 times the sine of 43 over the sine of 72 equals p. Okay? So then, once I get that, then what I'm going to do is just use my calculator, right? Calculator, and we're going to go boom. We're going to go ahead and take my calculator, just go clear. We're going to go 13 times the sine of 43 divided by the sine of 72. Okay, so I'm just going to use my calculator and type it in just like that. Boom, 9.3. Easy, isn't it? It's easier than that, isn't it? Super easy. The answer is just 9.3. Angle little p, so little p is 9.3. Okay. Now, if I have to solve this triangle, I've got to solve it. What could I find next? Angle I. You guys agree? Kurt says so. Angle I is easy. Angle I is equal to just 180 minus my 43 plus my 72, right? And that's easy. So I'm just going to use my calculator. Okay, let's see. 180 minus parentheses 43 plus 72. Boom, I get an answer of 65. So angle I is 65 degrees. Okay, now we're almost done. What else do I need to find?
Side PG.
Which is, we'll call little I. Now, there is no Pythagorean's theorem. Okay, here. No Pythagorean's theorem. Absolutely do not use Pythagorean's theorem. Why? It's not a right triangle. So what do? We use the law of sines all over again. Remember opposites? So let's set up our opposites. So we'll go 13 over the sine of 72 equals little I over the sine of 65. Okay, so I set up my opposites again. I'm going to go 13 over the sine of 72 equals little I over the sine of 65. I'm going to cross multiply this up here, right? So I'll have in my calculator 13 times the sine of 65 over the sine of 72 equals little I, and I'm just going to use my calculator, right? So 13 times the sine of 65 divided by the sine of 72. Yes, I will. Jaden, how's that? Sorry about that. Can you see it now? There you go. So I just cross multiplied Jaden, and I'm going to use my calculator, and I get an answer of about 12.4. So little I is about 12.4. You want me to give you a second to write that down, you guys? Am I getting too far ahead of you? Am I getting too far ahead? So it's super easy, isn't it? It's just opposites, right? If you have a pair of opposites, side over the sine of the angle equals side over the sine of the angle, right? That's all it is. And then multiply and use your calculator. Thumbs up. Would you agree it's easier than even that stuff? Do you think so? You don't think so, Jaden? Okay, I'll work with you, okay? Okay, can I turn the page? Let's look at the next one, okay? So turn the page and let's look at the next. Okay, give me a second to draw it out. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right, next one. So it's the same stuff. It really is. It's the same stuff. Here's example 2. Let me draw it out real quick. Okay. And CAT 15, 36, and 12. Okay, so first question. Jaden, Nate, do you see a pair of opposites?
Yes.
Where are they? Tell me.
36.
Nice, right? That's the first key, is finding the opposites. So you got the opposites, right? Now, 15. 15 is there, but what's opposite 15? Angle T, right? So if I go to my notes and I want to find the angle, I just set it up differently. I just do the sine. I do the angle on top. That's all. That's the only difference. Okay, if I want to find the angle, the only difference is the angle goes on top and the side goes below. So I'm going to set this up as, you ready? Sine of 36 over 12, okay? So the only difference is if we want to find the angle, just put the angle on top, okay? So it's as easy as this. Put what you want to find on the top. So sine of 36 over 12 will equal sine of t over 15, okay? Sine of the angle over its opposite side equals sine of the angle over its opposite side, okay? Not too bad, right? And now I'm gonna solve. So I'll multiply the 15 up there. Now I got to be careful because of 36. So I want to put the 15 in front. I really am. 15 times sine of 36 divided by 12 equals sine of t. Okay, so I brought up the 15. Just multiplied it up. 15 times sine of 36 divided by 12. And I'm going to use my calculator, okay? So, Jaden, can you see what I got back there? How's that? Can you see? So I'm just going to go, all right, 15 times the sine of 36, parentheses. Close your parentheses. Close your parentheses, okay? Divided by 12. And I get a decimal. Well, that can't be the angle. That can't be the answer because I haven't pushed. I got to find the angle, right? So I've got to push, and it's got to be sine inverse. It's got to be sine inverse, not cosine, not tangent. It has to be sine inverse because it's sine. So I'm just going to go sine inverse of that 0.7344, but I like to use my answer button. So if you don't know where the answer button is, I'm going to teach you. The answer button is right down here. See this little blue answer? See this little blue answer button? So I don't want to retype that for two reasons. One, I don't want to retype it because I'm lazy. And two, it's more accurate, right? So if I go sine inverse, right, sine inverse of the answer, then it will acknowledge that this was my last answer, and my calculator will put that right there for me. Okay, does that make it's easier, more accurate? Boom, what's my angle? 47.3. So angle T is a 47.3 degrees, okay? Let me put that in there, 47.3 degrees, okay? All right, how am I doing? Okay, so let me slide it back down. Okay, so what else could I find?
Angle A.
Yeah, angle A, right? So angle A, that's easy. Angle A is just 180 degrees minus 36 plus my 47.3. Emma, you see how I did it differently than what the book does? I just always do it 2 steps. I mean, I don't know why they try and do it in 1 step because it just confuses you, right? Clear. So I'm going to go 180 minus parentheses 36 plus 47.3, and I get an answer about angle A is about 96.7 degrees. How am I doing? Am I going too fast? I don't want to go too fast. Okay, and then lastly, am I going too fast? Okay. Lastly, if I want to find little a, side A, you cannot use the Pythagorean theorem. Can't use it. You cannot. So what are you going to do? We're going to use the law of sines. We're going to go back and we're going to use this set of notes, right? Because we have our opposites, but we want to find the side. So we're going to go 12 over the sine of 36 equals little a over the sine of 96.7. Okay? And then I'm going to solve it by multiplying the sine of 96 up here. I'm then going to have 12 times the sine of 96.7 divided by the sine of 36 is going to be little a. I'm going to use my calculator. Sine of 96 divided by sine of 36, and I get the answer, about 20.3. Little a is about 20.3, okay? Now, I didn't give you that many problems, okay? So you've got 10, 11, 12, 26, so it's only 5 problems. And I don't even think they're going to ask you to do as much as I did. I think they're only going to have you find a side, and that's it. So not too bad. I realize that it is Friday. Sorry.